Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're in Pahrump, Nevada. Already got our people loaded up. Just taxiing over to the runway. I just used the drone cam to go check out the wind situation. And it's kind of crosswindy at the moment. Check both directions. Excellent. That's 7-4P traffic. We're going to select a runway for takeoff because I learned not to trust this thing anymore. We're going to take off 33. Announce takeoff depart straight out.
7-4 poppin' traffic. November 79er 8 Lima Juliet taking off runway 33 straight out departure.
Altitude reporting. Back. Close that window. And then still can't see the switch panel entirely, so we're going to turn our landing lights and our strobe lights on. We're going to turn taxi lights off. And we're going to turn our pitot heat on. And our engine temperature's a little on the low side, but we are going to open up our cowl flaps for the takeoff and keep an eye on that as we climb. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter for our current altitude. That's exactly as we expect it, and go ahead and lean the mixture. Just let the game kind of do that, because we're close to 3,000 feet, so it doesn't hurt. I'm just going to skip the run up entirely. So what we are doing today, do one notch of flaps for this takeoff, because we've got a little bit of a crosswind coming from our right. So, a little bit of a crosswind from the right. Let's go ahead and get some right aileron. And bring our throttle up. Stay in the green. Alright. On the runway. There we go. Alright, release that right pressure as we take off so we don't dip the plane into the wind at all. Let's retract our notch of flaps. Continue on our runway heading. Those buildings are awfully close. Let's trim for a nice gentle climb. So her destination today. Let's keep climbing out. Keep trimming ourselves here. So our destination today is going to be on a heading about 345 up to this dry lake bed, and so Desert Rock should be this airport here. Okay, right plane. So we'll need to fly... No, that shouldn't be Desert Rock. That's too close for Desert Rock, isn't it? I feel like that's too close for Desert Rock, but I don't know. Supposedly it's only 40 nautical miles, so it shouldn't be far. But I feel like that might be a little bit too close. Yeah, Desert Rock is paved, I thought, so... The fact that I don't see a paved runway down there suggests to me that we are not anywhere close to our airport. So we're going to hit 345 on the heading indicator. Let's go ahead and get heading mode on and autopilot activated. We'll actually just adjust our heading to... Nope. 345, there we go. Let's kind of keep an eye on how... Actually, let's get our wind PFD Wind, option 3, because that's always the best. Yeah, there we go. So 4 knots from the right a little bit, so we'll just aim the heading bug a little bit more to the right. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and hold this altitude. Probably not enough altitude, if I'm entirely honest. In fact, let's turn off. Okay. That was some interesting autopilot reaction there. That's fine. Let's turn on. Let's actually set. So if we check out this page, we can see our minimum safe altitudes are going to be 12.3 on this sector, 6.9 here, 7.5, 7.2. So we'll do 7.5. I think ought to be safe. So let's 7.9, 7.5. All right. So vertical speed and climb, please. So the reason we're doing this is, I would like to zoom my map out, please. Oh. That was maybe a bit too much. I don't think I need to see Lake Mead. All right, there's, I think, our other airport. Just pop back into the visual thing. So yeah, this should be US 95 we cross here. So that's a road I'm familiar with at least, so. Looking for the town of Mercury. And then we need to go north from there along whatever road this is that goes through these mountains. This is restricted airspace that we're flying into. Part of the same restricted airspace as Area 51, but we do need to get over there and land in order to deliver these passengers, so probably fine. I mean, if someone booked passage to the airport, I assume we have the clearance to go to the airport, right? That's how that works, isn't it? What do you mean that's not how that works? I still can't get the yoke to go anymore now. I don't know what that's, some kind of bug with the new, new update. Let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights. Ding. Don't need them on all the time during the day. Close to our altitude. Let's go ahead and back the propeller off just to reduce the cabin noise a bit for our passengers' comfort. See, I'm thoughtful like that. How's our cylinder head temp looking? A little bit on the high side. Let's open up the cowl flaps to full. This is what we're looking at here. I want to keep this like nice in the middle of the green band, which it's in a pretty good spot right now, honestly. And we're still fine on fuel. Alright, so we're looking for US 95, which I think is along here. This is actually the an interesting place, because this is the only place I've ever seen a Predator drone myself in real life. I was flying around this area off our right wing. Yeah, so this should be Mercury here. So then our airport should be following whatever road extends back beyond Mercury. Let's adjust our heading bug a bit to the right. Make sure we're headed towards Mercury. There we go. Pure visual navigation. So the reason we don't have a GPS line is the airport we're visiting isn't in this game. But I am confident that it's going to be present as a ground texture, because it's, you know, a surprisingly decent sized airport. and it's visible in Bing Maps. So I don't know why this airport's not in the game. We're going to fly over it, see how it looks. If it's landable, if something near it looks landable, we'll touch down and offload our passengers. If not, we'll just keep going to Area 51, because that's in the game, and that's close enough to this place to qualify as the same airport as far as FSEconomy is concerned. So if we land at Area 51, we still get credit for dropping people off at this airport. It's a few extra miles, but where's the harm? So the way this works is the game FSEconomy has a single point defined for every airport. That is the center point of the airport. So this airstrip you see here is right down here. So the center point, probably right in the middle of the runway, is the point that FSEconomy defines as that airport. And then if you land anywhere from this airport between here and the next airport, exactly halfway between here and the next airport, is a dividing line, and you can land anywhere in that gap, and FSEconomy will recognize it, which causes problems when you have two airports very close together, because then the dividing line might be across one of the airports. It happens in Anchorage, Missoula, a couple of other major places, but for the most part, it means you can also kind of fudge it when said airport is not in your flight simulator, such is the case. I think this might be our dry lake bed. Just gonna see, I think that's Frenchman Lake that we're seeing ahead of us. So then the one to the left should be Yucca Lake, and Yucca Lake is where we're going. Should be a road. Should definitely be a road. And then, of course, we're not going to stay at that airport. We're probably going to hop out and come land over here. This airport doesn't have lights, but we should be able to take off from here at night, no problem, if we need to. It is not dark at the moment, so we can see just fine. Enough to see our road going up. Let me see. Yeah, I think this might be our lake. And again, our expected heading was 345, and we're not facing much of a crosswind, so yeah, that does aim us directly at that lake. This is good. This is good. So the airport should be somewhere on the eastern shore of the lake. So we'll see when we get there exactly where our airport is located. Just lean the mixture once again. We don't have ATIS for this runway, so we can't check our pressure while we're out here. We don't really have any resources whatsoever on checking our altimeter settings, so we're just relying on the one we did on the ground. I could just keep hitting the button I have that resets the altimeter, but that's not as fun. But don't mind hitting that when we're on the ground, just because you know the altitude of the airport you're at, so you can set your altimeter when you're on the ground. But hey, you don't know exactly what altitude you're at in the air. And we're flying visually, so it doesn't super matter, except for just setting the autopilot correctly. Let's pop into FSEconomy. What is this? Where's this place called? NV11? Let's just see what AirNav has for it. AirNav, NV11. Feeling lucky. Feeling... Hello? Game? Feeling lucky. There we go. Alright, yeah. Yucca Strip. Wind indicator, yes. Unattended. Private use. Permission required. Control tower, no. Elevation, 3,919. Let me write that down. 3,901.9. Alright, that could be handy. Dimensions 9,000 by 200 feet. That's a nice long runway. dirt. Reflectors. 1432, right pattern for both. 1432 RP. Yeah, so it's a publicly owned airport apparently by the Nevada Department of Energy. Airstrip is within restricted area 4808. Official business only. Prior permission required from Department of Energy for all flights. Owner desires airport not be charted. Interesting. Very interesting. What's DRA? I think we see our airport there. Curious to see what the quality of the ground texture is as we get closer. So it's kind of nice over here. Like that's pretty great. Very authentic. Which I hope it's authentic because it's a photograph of the actual ground. But like I don't see any clouds in the texture out here like we've experienced in other parts of Nevada. So that's impressive. Yeah, the immediate plan after we drop off there is to just turn around and get out of the restricted area and get back to this airport. And then we'll continue our trip from here, picking up jobs that are going out of this place. Or, you know, we'll check the jobs that are at this airport. You know, if we're going there, you might as well, you know? But we're not going to be flying through the restricted area in order to get to anywhere else. So we do need to factor that in, that when we leave here, sky vector. When we leave here, we have a long way to go around the restricted airspace because we have to stay away from Area 51. I've made that mistake once already of flying over Area 51 in this game. Not going to do that again. We're trying to be somewhat respectful of real-world limitations on where you can go. Somewhat. Not a ton, but enough. Enough to make things interesting. It's just the other dry lake bed in the area. Department of Energy. I wonder if this is like... I wonder if we're flying out to where they do the nuclear tests. Because awful lot of craters in that dry lake bed. Huh. And that would fit with the direction you had to look from Vegas to see the mushroom clouds back in the day. Oh dear. Oh dear. That is a lot of craters. Did I just find a secret nuclear test site? I know, obviously not secret, but did I just stumble upon the place where they blew up all the bombs and stuff? That's terrifying. Like, it's out here somewhere. I'm in the right area. Yeah, there's our runway. Wow. I guess the whole airport's going to be in. That's fascinating. It's not on my map, but we are now shown well inside the restricted area. Well, that's fine, though. We'll just disable the autopilot, begin a gentle descent. Back off on the throttle. Let's go see what this looks like. Remember, it's going to be about 4,000 feet in altitude. Well, for 3,919, but we'll give or take 100 for pressure variation from where we took off. So we'll drop down to about 5,000 feet here and see what's up. Department of Energy. Yeah, that's Department of Energy is the ones who did all the nuclear bomb stuff, isn't it? I'm suddenly worried that I've just, like, flown through a super irradiated part of the country. Probably not. It's probably fine. I'm sure this isn't the specific dry lake bed where they blew up all the nukes. It's awfully close to the city of Mercury. Well, city, the like little town of Mercury. So I think I don't know. It is on the other side of a small mountain range, though, so I mean that would block most of the effects, I think. Like, terrain was a surprisingly good buffer against thermonuclear explosives. Yeah, that runway is just in pristine condition out here. That doesn't look like dirt. Does that look like dirt to y'all? It looks paved to me. So right pattern. Nice big crater in the middle of this dry lake bed as well. It's not troubling at all. Okay, so the smart cam doesn't look at this runway. Gosh, it looks... It's just a full airport out here in the middle of nowhere, but that's not in the game. This airport only exists as the ground. Like, I'm dying to see what the surface is like when we try and land on that, because we are absolutely going to try and land on that. It looks too good. Like, I can't not try that. It looks perfect. It's such a high quality image. Like, if that's not intentionally done as an airport texture, it's like maybe an Easter egg. Just like, hey, we know there's an airport here, but we're not allowed to, like, it's not charted, so we didn't make it a spawn location, but we actually, like, rendered the runway or something. Maybe. Also, that doesn't look like it's 9,000 feet long, but hey, what do I know? Maybe the 9,000 foot dirt runway is like the middle of the, middle of the lake bed or something. Alright, let's clean our mixture. Landing lights. Oh yeah, that's not like actual asphalt. That's just part of the ground texture. It's impressive how much resolution they got on that. What does the game think this is? Grass? Yep, that's grass. Nope. Nope, not yet. Little bumpy. Ooh, a lot of bumpy. Just trying to keep our momentum going to the end of the runway here. Wow, I wasn't expecting this airport to actually be here. Like, I'm legit just kind of surprised. Let's just turn our butts around, drop off our passengers, check the, check what's available, and then skedaddle. Alright, parking brake. Flight is logged, can be found at the website. Aircraft no longer rented. Alright, so strobe off, landing light off, turn the, is that nav lights? That nav light's off too. For the moment, we'll leave the beacon on. Actually, no, we'll turn the engine off. That's the thing I've been doing when I'm parked, is I turn the engine off to load and unload passengers. I'll turn the pitot heat off as well. And yeah, let's close the cowl flaps, pull the mixture, feather the prop. Haven't had a body experience, it's fine. Feather the prop. Alternator and battery off. Beacon off. Prop stopped. Excellent. I would like you to open my doors. Pilot door, co-pilot door, baggage door, static elements. Let's pop outside. Ding! Got our cones. Ah, I love the magical cones. I forgot to retract the flaps. That's what I forgot. Someday I will actually like get the hang of my like mental checklists for getting on and off the runway. All right, let's see what we got available. FSEconomy. Refresh. No aircraft. Perfect. Log. Got our money. NV11. Let's see what we got here first. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of jobs. Let's go ahead and just rent our airplane back. Okay. All right. So we've got 3 passenger slots. And how much cargo can we hold? So we're currently a little under a quarter tank of fuel. So we've got 430 kilograms, or 3 passengers worth of cargo space. Oops, no, back there. Let's see. We could haul that even. Oh, it's going west. I don't want to go west. I want to go east. Corporate jet hire. Can't do that, obviously. Ely, Nevada. What about that? Lincoln Co. Panaca, Nevada. OKC. I don't want to go to Oklahoma City. Las Vegas. Nellis. Oof. No, let's not go to Nellis. I've done enough secret missions for a little bit. Boulder City might be fun, but that's only 2 kilograms. NJK. El Centro. I don't want to go south. I want to go east. Tonopah test range. Let's check our airstrips nearby. That's impressive. Where's that coming from? Indian Springs Air Force Auxiliary? Oh, that's Indian Springs is where I saw that Predator drone that one time. It goes to Current Ranch, Ely, Panaca. It's at least in the right direction, so we could do both of those and we'll basically pay for the fuel. What's Charlie Foxtrot India Tango Bravo? $48 passengers, all in flight. What's the plane here? I don't see. Oh, right, it's at a different airport. Alright, so we don't know what plane that is, but it's an all-in. So, one trailer park boy going to Penn's Cave, Pennsylvania. That's a long way for only $995. Why is that cheap? Yeah, look, here's one passenger going less distance for over $6,000. Jackass, Amargosa Valley. To Barnwell, South Carolina. A bit further than I want to fly on a single passenger. Going to Echo Bay. That's from Calvada Meadows. That's where we just left. Death Valley Junction. That's more Trailer Park Boys. They're going to Flying S in Pahrump. Echo Bay. Honestly, these are some pretty good prices here. All going to OL9 from NV74. All right. Yeah, that actually sounds fine. Let's grab... Yeah, let's grab some Vegas whales from NV74 and fly them over to OL9. Echo Bay over to Nevada. Aardvark Air MSFS. Feeling lucky. Boom. Alright. That was OL9. It's the least interesting part of this entire video. Yeah, going to OL9. 0L9. Echo Bay, over to Nevada. Show me where it is. Ooh. Interesting. We're going to be kind of buzzing the... Alright, so it's in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's good. We'll be kind of passing through the Las Vegas Class Bravo. That's interesting. It's very interesting. So that's going to be right about here. Yep, there it is. Okay, okay. That's not far from, where is it? That's 93, that's 15. That's Mesquite, so... Yeah, Valley of Fire National Park is in this area somewhere. Actually, I think it is just like this entire area is Valley of Fire. Where the truck stop here is on... Okay, so this is Valley of Fire National Park right here. Or State Park. But the truck stop at that exit is listed as a visual reference point. That's funny. Alright, so we'll pop back down to Pahrump and pick up those passengers. I won't bore you with the flight all the way back there. I'll just go ahead and take off and go. We're just going to take off in the opposite direction that we landed. I'm sure it's fine. It's plenty long runway. And turn off the static elements. We'll get back there. Alright, yeah, engine was plenty primed already. We already did the trim. Alright, we got our flaps retracted, I think. Yep, okay, cool. Right, let's just get back up in the air. Alt-tab. So information. This aircraft is available at Yucca Airstrip. Excellent, so I've got it rented properly. Flight. Action, start flight. Perfect. Release our parking brake, get back out onto the runway. 1 notch of flaps. For this takeoff, because we want to get airborne as quickly as possible, because dirt. That's so amusing that this runway is just a strip of painted but overgrown runway. It might honestly be a little easier to take off from the dirt on either side as far as the game is concerned, just because the way it's rendered this runway. But no, we'll just on and our strobe lights on. Did I ever turn my transponder off? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Perfect. We're ready to take off. All right. That was quick. Try and stay in the ground effect here while we build up speed. We're just climbing right at it. Let's get our flaps retracted. Cool, that wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, so I'm headed back to Pahrump to pick up our new passengers. We're going to fly them over to Overton in the next video, which will require us flying through Las Vegas, so that will be exciting. We do have a pretty decent fuel price at Pahrump, so we'll be able to get to the airplane filled up. Not that I'm paying for fuel, but we'll be able to have the airplane filled while we're there. Once we've got our passengers, just, you know, like, top it off. See what's what. Not necessarily top it off, but, like, get more fuel in it than it has, because we're below a quarter tank right now. Not that that's a problem in this plane. This plane's fairly fuel efficient, but, you know, good to be more careful than less. Let's turn off the landing lights. Alright, I will see you all in the next video. My name's Eliodare, AzarAngel17 on Xbox, or not. Wow, I haven't fallen back into that version of the outro for a while. Eliodare on Xbox Live, Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Twitter. Come say hi there. You can also say hi in the comments below the videos. I do read them all. And that's a great way to get a hold of me, because, you know, I'm still a tiny channel, so it's fun. Pay attention to that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!